Alright you guys, we are back for the July TBR, yes! June went by so fast, we're already in July, halfway, the year is like halfway done, finally. I hope you're doing well, but yeah, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna give you a quick update on the June picks, and then the wrap-up will be in the wrap-up video. I've read Voltaire, Candide. I also read The Kiss of Deception by Mary Pearson. I also read The Heart of Betrayal in June. Make of that what you will. I also read I Was Born for This by Alice Oseman, Black Girl Unlimited by Eco Brown. I am almost done with The Way of Kings Part 1, and I am also in the middle of reading Mindful of Race with my book club, and I DNF Moby Dick, or no, I just couldn't go through it. And I have yet to read Me and White Supremacy. It's not that I don't want to read it, it's just I didn't got the time to actually read it this month, so I'm still very much interested in it and encourage you to read it. I'm gonna read it soon. Okay, so now that we got all this out of the way, we can start by picking the cards. And yeah, how are you doing, you guys? I am myself feeling a little bit overwhelmed. I have plenty of stuff going on. You can check that in the vlogs, and I'm starting up the vlogs again, so if you want to know more about what's going on in my life, you can check that out. I'll put it there. But yeah, how are you guys doing? A mid-year kind of evaluation. Okay, first book, first pick. This one. A French classic. Okay. Oh, this is good because it helps me read a lot more French book that I would actually pick if I was just picking it by myself. But I think I want to read La Gloire de mon Père by Marcel Pagnol. This is a book written by a Marseillais, a guy from Marseille in the 1930s, maybe, so like almost a century ago. And it was turned into movies that I loved watching with my parents growing up, and it just reminded me of the summer in the south, of like the sounds of the seagulls, like little crickets that make sounds during the day, during the very, very hot days. And the scenery and everything just remind me of the town I live in, I grew up in, and I actually never read the books, or maybe I was very, very young, I don't know. And I just want to read it, and I think it's gonna be very nostalgic. I wonder if any of you guys know about this book. Like, is it something that is known outside of France or not? Like, even in France, I don't really know if it's well known outside of Marseille. I know here a lot of people talk about it, and the author is very famous and his characters are famous. Like, we have street names and a lot of places that are marked by this author. All right, now that we got this out of the way, next one. Lowest rated. Why every single month this card has to come up? Let me check. Okay, so I just checked on Goodreads, and weirdly enough, my lowest rated is Gulliver's Travel by Jonathan Swift. Yes, that's it. I would have thought this would be higher rated, but it's another classic, so you know, we'll see. Like, I like some classics, and some classic I'm like DNFing, like Moby Dick, so we'll see what I think about this one. I'm not super enthusiastic. Next one. Please give me something a little bit easier. Short read. The cards are listening to me. Well, Normal People is weirdly actually only 266 pages, not counting the acknowledgement. So that counts as a short read, no? For me, short read is around like 250 pages. What is it for you guys? Like, compared to a Sanderson's book, it's short. So that goes into my short reads. I want to read this because I've read a lot of good things about it. There is a Netflix show, I believe, about it as well, and it's Irish based. The author is Irish, yeah, so I love everything about Ireland, you know. So that's 3 books out of the way. Next one. TBR Vet. The lowest rated in TBR Vet almost came up every single month since I started this. Like, what's up with that? What's up with that? Okay, so I'm gonna let you know what's going on in my mind. I go on Goodreads and I put my want to read shelves by date added. I sorted by date added, and I take the first 10 that comes up, and so this is my list that I pick from. Right now I have The Picture of Dorian Gray, Oscar Wilde, The Gulliver's Travel by Jonathan Swift, Madame Bovary by Flaubert, An Unkindness of Magician by Kate Howard, Gathered Together in My Name by Maya Angelou, 1984 by George Orwell, A Count La Reine des Neiges by Christian Andersen, The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, and City of Girls by Elizabeth Gilbert. This one, my friend Gabby read it last month, I believe, and she said that I would like it, I would enjoy it. But this is still a book I'm actively interested in, so I don't want to pick it as a TBR Vet, because TBR Vet is more like a book that I kind of want to read, but so no, like this card is made to push me to finally be reading this book, like An Unkindness of Magician. I've seen that this was one of the first book I added to my TBR list on Goodreads when I first discovered BookTube. It got recommended so many times by Murphy from Murphy Navier channel, and I just was like, wow, like she's saying so many good things about this book. I want to check it out, and I never did. And I think it's available on my Scrib as an ebook, so you know, it might be time to read this. All right, well, halfway into it, let's see what else is there. YouTuber favorites. All right, so I kind of have two choices for this. It's either Brandon Sanderson, The Way of King Part 2, because I have to read this for the Stormlight read along for in the months of July, or I could go with Isaac Asimov, the third installment in Oliver detective story kind of thing. And I haven't read science fiction in June and I kind of miss it, so I want to go with Asimov. Let me think of the title. Oh yeah, it's The Robot of Dawn. So it's the third installment in R. Daniel Oliver detective type of story, and I've been loving The Caves of Steel and especially The Naked Sun. So I'm looking forward to this. Okay, let's pick another one. A reread! That's perfect! I'm of course gonna reread The Way of Kings Part 2 by Brandon Sanderson. And if you had enough of me speaking about him, then you can just pick up the book and read it for yourself and become an addict like me. You can thank me later. So let's pick the seventh one. Rep. So a book that has good rep, either queer book or a different race as mine book or a colored book, you know, any kind of good representation of the book. Okay, that's fine. I know exactly what I want to read. I want to read Untamed by Glenn Doyle. This is a book that my friend Gabby and my friend Sarah actually want to read as well, so we can do a buddy read all together in the month of July. And I think they watch my videos, so hi girls. So this is a non-fiction book about the life of Glenn Doyle. She is a lesbian, she's in her 40s, 50s, I believe, and it's kind of her life story. And it's quite inspiring from what I've heard from other friends of mine. So yeah, Untamed, Glenn Doyle. I feel like this book went by so fast and it's already the last one. Like, can you believe it? New authors, so an author that I haven't read before. Okay, so I'm gonna pick a book that I actually bought in a bookstore here in France and I've never heard about before, so it might be quite good. It might be a discovery for both me and you guys. And it's called Girl in Translation by Quak. So this is a fiction book about a girl from Chinese immigrant I believe, and she grows up in New York, and it's kind of her discovering New York, her culture, and kind of her life. So yeah, I'm intrigued and I want to know more about it. Maybe I can read you a little excerpt here. Kimberly Chang and her mother moved from Hong Kong to New York, so she's actually Chinese who moved to New York. A new life awaits them, making a new home in a new country, but all they can afford is a verminous, broken-windowed Brooklyn apartment. The only heating is an unreliable oven. They are deep in debt and neither speak one word of English. Yet there is hope. 11 years old Kim goes to school and tough cut off by an alien language and cultured and forced by poverty to work nights in a sweatshop, she finds the classroom challenge liberating. In books and learning, she'll be safe, but can Kim successfully? What's wrong with my mouth? But can Kim successfully turn the lost girl from Hong Kong into a happy American woman? And should she? Jin Quak, powerful and moving tale of hardship and triumph, of heartbreak and love, speak of all that gets lost in translation. Nice. I like when books talk about different languages and the difference of interpretation between those two. It's always very interesting to me who speak both French and English. Okay, I believe that's it for the month. Can you so this month I'm gonna read Marcel Pagnol, La gloire de mon père. I'm gonna read the Gliver's Travel, Sally Rodney, Normal People, An Unkindness of Magician by Kat Howard, I'm gonna reread The Way of Kings Part 2 by Brandon Sanderson, Untamed by Glenn Doyle, and Girl in Translation by Jean Quak. That's it. If I'm gonna vlog the reads of those, so if you want to know more of my thoughts as I read them, you can follow me on the vlogs. And if you've read any of those or want to read any of those, maybe with me, maybe you want to join along and do a buddy read together, leave me a comment down below, leave me your likes and subscribe if you want to support my channel and my content, and I'll see you guys in another video. Take care, bye!